Remember what it felt like to walk the streets of your city a few decades ago? The air, the sounds, the little things you took for granted. Today, those streets look a lot different. We're going back in time to the Canada that used to be, to the city features that shaped our lives and then just faded away. Let's dive in. Number 1. The classic telephone booth. They were everywhere, weren't they? A little glass fortress on a street corner. Not just a place to make a call, they were a refugee from a sudden downpour, or a private moment to call your crush. You'd step inside, the door would seal with a solid clunk, and you'd get out your quarter. Now? They're mostly gone, replaced by the smartphone in your pocket. The last few left stand like forgotten ghosts. Number 2. The handwritten parking meter. Before we had apps and credit card readers, parking meters were little mechanical soldiers lining the curb. And when one broke, it wasn't a digital alert. It was a handwritten note taped to the glass. Broken. It felt like a small act of urban anarchy, this little scrawled note. A tiny, wonderful victory in the busy city. Number 3. The Milkshoot walk through an older neighborhood. And you might spot a ghost of an old system. A small metal door in a home's wall. That was the Milkshoot. Before big grocery stores, the milkman would deliver glass bottles right to your house. Waking up to the soft clink of glass from that cold chute was just part of the morning. Number 4. The wooden playground. They were the ultimate urban adventure playground. Huge, sprawling wooden fortresses in the middle of a park. We didn't care that they gave you splinters. They felt epic. They felt like they were built just for us, a kingdom in the park. Health and safety regulations eventually took them down, replacing them with colorful plastic. Safe? Sure, but did they feel as grand? I don't think so. Number 5. The corner store with the faded sign. We all had one. The corner store. It wasn't just for buying milk. It was the heart of the neighborhood. The place you'd go to spend your allowance on a bag of mixed candy or a Slurpee. The owner usually knew your name. These were family businesses. The signs a little sun-faded, the floor a little sticky. Now they've been replaced by chains and big box stores, and the streets feel a little less personal without them. Number 6. The arcade machine in the laundromat. Doing laundry was a chore, but for us kids it was an adventure. The laundromat wasn't just a place for clothes, it was an arcade. You'd get your clothes washed while you had an hour of glorious Street Fighter II. The sound of quarters dropping, the electric whir of the machine. It was a noisy, joyful escape while you waited for your socks to dry. Number 7. The old transit tokens. Before Presto cards and passes, you paid for your transit with these little coins. They were like a secret currency. You'd keep a few in your pocket, ready for a ride on a bus or a streetcar. The ding-ding of a TTC streetcar and the metallic clink of a token dropping into the fare box were the soundtrack of the city. Now, it's all a tap and a beep. Number 8. Wooden escalators. If you grew up in a big city, you might remember these old wooden escalators. They had a distinct feel and sound, a kind of clatter and rumble that modern escalators just don't have. They felt heavy, solid, and a bit magical, like a conveyor belt to another time. They were in old department stores and subway stations and were one of those background details you only noticed when you thought about them. Number 9. The city bus with the pull cord. On older city buses, there wasn't a button to signal your stop. You'd reach up and pull a cord that ran the length of the bus. You'd hear the bing or ding sound, and the driver would know you wanted off. It was a simple, satisfying action. It felt like you were a small part of a big machine, helping it move through the city. Number 10. Iconic neon signs. Our cities used to glow with them. Big, bold, colorful neon signs that told you where to go. They were beautiful pieces of art, advertising in a way that felt vibrant and alive. They were landmarks. Every city had its own neon masterpieces. Diner signs, bowling alleys, old movie theaters. They've been replaced with bright, sterile LED signs. It's a different kind of light, but it doesn't have the same soul. So much of a city is its memory. The stories hidden in its bricks, the echoes in its alleys. The phone booths are gone, the milkshoots are sealed, and the wooden playgrounds are a distant memory. The streets are still there, of course, but they're a little bit different. And sometimes when I'm walking downtown, I catch myself looking for a familiar sight that's no longer there. A glimpse of that old, forgotten city just around the corner.